CIET NCERT presents audiobook Beehive.
Now let us listen to chapter number 11, If I Were You. It is written by Douglas James, pages number 138 to 147. Introduction. This one-act play is to be read aloud in class by assigning roles to students. Draw the students' attention to the stage setting, stage directions, description of the characters, their movements, gestures, and tonal variations, since these combine to bring out the effect of the play. The play has many examples of wit and irony. 2 examples are given in an exercise. You can add a few more for the students to have a clear understanding. The dictionary task in this unit is to help children locate the right meaning from a dictionary for a word they come across while reading. The task draws students' attention to signposts such as parts of speech that help match use to meaning. Encourage the students to look at more entries in the dictionary and observe the meanings of words that occur as different parts of speech, like adjective, noun, verb, etc. Before you read, Gerard lives alone in a lonely cottage. An intruder, who is a criminal, enters his cottage. He intends to murder Gerard and take on his identity. Does he succeed? The following words and phrases occur in the play. Do you know their meanings? Match them with the meanings given to find out. Column 1, words. Column 2, phrases. Column 1 contains 1. Cultured. 2. Count on. 3. Engaged. 4. Melodramatic. 5. To be smart. 6. Inflection. 7. Wise guy. 8. A dandy bus. 9. Tradespeople. 10. Gratuitous. 11. Dodge. 12. Lucky break. 13. Sunday school teacher. 14. Frame. Column 2 contains 1. An informal expression for a fashionable vehicle. 2. Unnecessary and usually harmful. 3. Exaggerated. 4. Sophisticated, well-mannered. 5. Here, a tone of voice. 6. Avoid. 7. An unexpected opportunity for success. 8. Trap. 9. A Christian religious teacher who teaches on Sundays in church. 10. American English. A person who pretends to know a lot. 11. Depend on, rely on. 12. American English. An informal way of saying that one is being too clever. 13. Occupied, busy. 14. Merchants. Now let us listen to the play, If I Were You. Scene: a small cottage interior. There is an entrance back right, which may be curtained. Another door to the left must be a practical door. The furniture is simple, consisting of a small table towards the left, a chair or 2, and a divan rather upstage on the right. On the table is a telephone. When the curtain rises, Gerard is standing by the table making a phone call. He is of medium height and wearing horn-rimmed glasses. He is dressed in a lounge suit and a greatcoat. His voice is cultured. Gerard, well, tell him to phone up directly. I must know. Yes, I expect I'll still be here, but you mustn't count on that. In about 10 minutes' time. Right-ho. Goodbye. He puts down the phone and goes to the divan on the left, where there is a travelling bag, and starts packing. Whilst he is thus engaged, another man, similar in build to Gerard, enters from the right silently, revolver in hand. He is flashily dressed in an overcoat and a soft hat. He bumps accidentally against the table, and at the sound, Gerard turns quickly. Gerard, pleasantly, "Why, this is a surprise, Mr. Intruder. I'm glad you're pleased to see me. I don't think you'll be pleased for long. Put those paws up." Gerard, "This is all very melodramatic. Not very original, perhaps, but..." Intruder, trying to be calm and Gerard, "Nonchalant is your word, I think." Intruder, "Thanks a lot. You'll soon stop being smart. I'll make you crawl. I want to know a few things, see?" Gerard, "Anything you like. I know all the answers. But before we begin, I should like to change my position. You may be comfortable, but I am not." Intruder, "Sit down there, and no funny business." Motions to a chair and seats himself on the divan by the bag. "Now then, we'll have a nice little talk about yourself." Gerard, "At last, a sympathetic audience. I'll tell you the story of my life. How as a child I was stolen by the gypsies, and why at the age of 32 I find myself in my lonely Essex cottage. How..." Intruder, "Keep it to yourself and just answer my questions. You live here alone? Well, do you?" Gerard, "I'm sorry. I thought you were telling me, not asking me." A question of inflection. Your voice is unfamiliar. Intruder, with emphasis, "Do you live here alone?" Gerard, "And if I don't answer?" Intruder, "You have got enough sense not to want to get hurt." Gerard, "I think good sense is shown more in the ability to avoid pain than in the mere desire to do so. What do you think, Mr. Intruder, "Never mind my name. I like yours better, Mr. Gerard. What are your Christian names?" Gerard, "Vincent Charles." Intruder, "Do you run a car?" Gerard, "No." Intruder, "That's a lie. You're not dealing with a fool. I'm as smart as you and smarter, and I know you run a car. Better be careful, wise guy." Gerard, "Are you American? Or is this merely a clever imitation?" Intruder, "Listen, this gun's no toy. I can hurt you without killing you and still get my answers." Gerard, "Of course, if you put it like that. I'll be glad to assist you. I do possess a car, and it's in the garage round the corner." Intruder, "That's better. Do people often come out here?" Gerard, "Very rarely. Surprisingly, Few people take the trouble to visit me. There's the baker, and the greengrocer, of course, and then there's the milkman. Quite charming, but no one so interesting as yourself. Intruder: I happen to know that you never see tradespeople. Gerard: You seem to have taken a considerable amount of trouble. Since you know so much about me, won't you say something about yourself? You have been so modest. Intruder: I could tell you plenty. You think you're smart, but I'm the top of the class round here. I've got brains, and I use them. That's how I've got where I have. Gerard: And where precisely have you got? It didn't require a great brain to break into my little cottage. Intruder: When you know why I have broken into your little cottage, you'll be surprised, and it won't be a pleasant surprise. Gerard: With you figuring so largely in it, this is understandable. By the way, what particular line of crime do you embrace? Or aren't you a specialist? Intruder: My specialty is jewel robbery. Your car will do me a treat. It's certainly a dandy bus. Gerard: I'm afraid jewels are few and far between in the wilds of Essex. Intruder: So are the cops. I can retire here nicely for a little while. Gerard: You mean to live with me? A trifle sudden, isn't it? You have not been invited. Intruder: You won't be here long, so I don't trouble to ask. Gerard: What do you mean? Intruder: This is your big surprise. I'm going to kill you. Gerard: A little harsh, isn't it? Intruder, with heavy sarcasm: Yeah, I'll be sorry to do it. I've taken a fancy to you, but it's just got to be done. Gerard: Why add murder to your other crimes? It's a grave step you're not taking. Intruder: I'm not taking it for fun. I've been hunted long enough. I'm wanted for murder already, and they can't hang me twice. Gerard: You're planning a gratuitous double, so to speak. Admitted you have nothing to lose, but what have you to gain? Intruder: I've got freedom to gain. As for yourself, I'm a poor hunted rat. As Vincent Charles Gerard, I'm free to go places and do nothing. I can eat well and sleep and without having to be ready to beat it at the sight of a cop. Gerard: In most melodramas, the villain is foolish enough to delay his killing long enough to be frustrated. You are much luckier. Intruder: I'm okay. I've got a reason for everything. I'm going to be Vincent Charles Gerard, see? I've got to know what he talks like. Now I know. That posh stuff comes easy. This is Mr. V.C. Gerard speaking. Pantomime of phoning in imitation cultured voice. And that's not all. He stands up. Get up a minute. Gerard stands. Now take a look at me. Gerard: You're not particularly decorative. Intruder: No. Well, that goes for you too. I've only got to wear specs, and I'll be enough like you to get away with it. Gerard: What about your clothes? They'll let you down if you're not careful. Intruder: They'll be all right. Yours will fit me fine. Gerard: That is extremely interesting. But you seem to miss the point of my remark. I said you were luckier than most melodramatic villains. It was not a tribute to your intelligence. You won't kill me for a very good reason. Intruder. So that's what you think? Gerard. You let me go, and thank God you didn't shoot sooner. Intruder. Come on. What's on your mind? Better be quick. This conversation bores me. Gerard. Your idea is to elude the police by killing me and taking on my identity. Intruder. Yes, I like the idea. Gerard. But are you sure it's going to help you? Intruder. Now listen here. I've got this all planned. I did a job in town. Things went wrong and I killed a cop. Since then, I've done nothing but dodge. Gerard. And this is where dodging has brought you? Intruder. It brought me to Aylesbury. That's where I saw you in the car. 2 other people saw you and started to talk. I listened. It looks like you're a bit queer. Kind of a mystery man. Gerard. A mystery which I propose to explain. Intruder, disregarding him. You phone your orders and sometimes you go away suddenly and come back just the same. Those are just the things I want to do. Hearing about you was one of my luckiest breaks. Gerard. Apparently, you haven't the intelligence to ask why I am invested in this cloak of mystery. Intruder, preparing to shoot. As I said before, this conversation bores me. Gerard. Don't be a fool. If you shoot, you'll hang for sure. If not as yourself, then as Vincent Charles Gerard. Intruder. What is this? Gerard. This is your big surprise. I said you wouldn't kill me, and I was right. Why do you think I am here today and gone tomorrow? Never see tradespeople. You say my habits would suit you. You are a crook. Don't you think I'm a Sunday school teacher? The game's up as far as I'm concerned. Things went wrong with me. I said it with bullets and got away. Unfortunately, they got one of my men and found things the fool should have burnt. Tonight, I'm expecting trouble. My bag is packed, ready to clear off. There it is. Intruder. It's a bag all right, and this is a gun all right. What's all this? Gerard. That's a disguise outfit. False moustaches and what not. Now do you believe me? Intruder, musingly. I don't know. Gerard. For God's sake, clear that muddled head of yours and let's go. Come with me in the car. I can use you. If you find it's a frame, you've got me in the car and you've still got your gun. Intruder. Maybe you're right. Gerard. Then don't waste time. Goes and picks up hat and bag. Intruder. Careful, boss. I'm watching you. Gerard. I have got a man posted on the main road. He'll ring up if he sees the police. But I don't want to leave. Telephone bell rings. Come on, they're after us. Through here, straight to the garage. Intruder. How do I know that you're telling the truth? Gerard. Oh, don't be a fool. Look for yourself. Gerard opens door and steps away. Intruder leans forward to inspect it, with his side towards Gerard, but with the revolver ready. As he turns his head, Gerard gives him a push into the cupboard, knocking the revolver out of his hand. He slams the door and locks it, picks up the revolver and goes to the phone, where he stands with the gun pointed at the cupboard door. Intruder rattles door and shouts, "Let me out of here!" Gerard: "Hello?" "Yes, speaking. Sorry, I can't let you have the props in time for rehearsal. I have had a spot of bother. Quite amusing. I think I'll put it in my next play. Listen, can you tell our friend the sergeant to come up here at once? You'll probably find him in the public bar." Thinking about the text. First part. Answer these questions. 1. At last, a sympathetic audience. A. Who says this? B. Why does he say it? C. Is he sarcastic or serious? 2. Why does the intruder choose Gerard as the man whose identity he wants to take on? 3. I said it with bullets. A. Who says this? B. What does it mean? C. Is it the truth? What is the speaker's reason for saying this? 4. What is Gerard's profession? Quote the parts of the play that support your answer. 5. You will soon stop being smart. A. Who says this? B. Why does the speaker say it? C. What, according to the speaker, will stop Gerard from being smart? 6. They can't hang me twice. A. Who says this? B. Why does the speaker say it? 7. A mystery I propose to explain. What is the mystery the speaker proposes to explain? 8. This is your big surprise. A. Where has this been said in the play? B. What is the surprise? Thinking about language. First part. Consult your dictionary and choose the correct word from the pairs given in brackets. 1. The bracket start SITE site, CITE site, bracket close, of the accident was, bracket start, ghastly or ghostly. 2. Our college, bracket start, PRINCIPLE, principal or PRINCIPAL, principal, bracket close, is very strict. 3. I studied, bracket start, continuously or continually, bracket close, for 8 hours. 4. The fog had an adverse, bracket start, effect or effect, bracket close, on the traffic. 5. Cézanne, the famous French painter, was a brilliant, bracket start, ARTIST artist or ARTISTE artist. 6. The book that you have given me yesterday is an extraordinary, bracket start, collage or college, bracket close, of science fiction and mystery. 7. Our school will, bracket start, host or hoist, bracket close, an exhibition on cruelty to animals and wildlife conservation. 8. Screw the lid tightly onto the top of the bottle and, bracket start, shake or shape, bracket close, well before using the contents. Second part. Irony is when we say one thing but mean another, usually the opposite of what we say. When someone makes a mistake and you say, "Oh, that was clever," that is irony. You are saying clever to mean not clever. Expressions we often use in an ironic fashion are, "Oh, wasn't that clever?" or "Oh, that was clever. You've been a great help, I must say. You've got yourself into a lovely mess, haven't you? Oh, very funny. How funny." We use a slightly different tone of voice when we use these words ironically. Read the play carefully and find the words and expressions Gerard uses in an ironic way. Then say what these expressions really mean. 2 examples have been given here. Write down 3 more such expressions along with what they really mean. The author says, "Why, this is a prize, Mr. What he really means is that he pretends that the intruder is a social visitor whom he is welcoming. In this way, he hides his fear." Example 2. The author says, "At last, a sympathetic audience." What he really means is, he pretends that the intruder wants to listen to him, whereas actually the intruder wants to find out information for his own use. Dictionary use. A word can mean different things in different contexts. Look at these 3 sentences. The students are taught to respect different cultures. The school is organizing a cultural show. His voice is cultured. In the first sentence, culture, bracket start, noun, bracket close, means way of life. In the second, cultural, bracket start, adjective, bracket close, means connected with art, literature, and music. And in the third, cultured, bracket start, verb, bracket close, means sophisticated or well-mannered. Usually, a dictionary helps you identify the right meaning by giving you signposts. Listen to the dictionary entry on culture from Oxford Advanced Learners Dictionary 2005. Cultural, adjective, usually before noun. 1. Connected with the culture of a particular society or group, its customs, beliefs, etc. Cultural differences between the 2 communities, economic, social, and cultural factors. 2. Connected with art, literature, music, etc. A cultural event, for example, Europe's cultural heritage. The orchestra is very important for the cultural life of the city. Culture, noun. Meaning, way of life. 1. The customs and beliefs, art, way of life, and social organization of a particular country or group, European or Islamic or African or American, etc. Culture, working class culture. 2. A country, group, etc. with its own beliefs, etc. The children are taught to respect different cultures. The effect of technology on traditional cultures. Art, music, literature. 3. Thought of as a group. For example, Venice is a beautiful city full of culture and history. Popular culture. that is enjoyed by a lot of people. The Minister for Culture. Beliefs or attitudes. Fourth meaning. The beliefs and attitudes about. 4. Beliefs or attitudes. The beliefs and attitudes about STH that people in a particular group or organization share. For example, the political cultures of the United States and Europe are very different. A culture of failure exists in some schools. Company culture. We are living in a consumer culture. 5. Growing or breeding. Technical. The growing of plants or breeding of particular animals in order to get a particular substance or crop from them. The culture of silkworms. Equivalent for silk. 6th. Cells or bacteria. In biology or medical terms, refers to a group of cells or bacteria, especially one taken from a person or an animal and grown for medical or scientific study or to produce food. The process of obtaining and growing these cells. A culture of cells from the tumor. Yogurt is made from active cultures. To do or take a throat culture. Verb usage in biology or medical terms refers to grow a group of cells or bacteria for medical or scientific study. Cultured. Adjective meaning one of people well educated and able to understand and enjoy art, literature, etc. Synonymous to cultivated. 2. Of cells or bacteria grown for medical or scientific study. 3. Of pearls grown artificially. Noun, verb, adjective, adverb, synonyms, etc. are signposts which help you locate the right meaning and usage and give information about the part of speech that the word is. Look up the dictionary entries for the words sympathy, familiarity, comfort, care, and surprise. The table contents are column 1, noun, column 2, adjective, column 3, adverb, column 4, verb, column 5, meaning. Column 1 contents are sympathy, familiarity, comfort, care, surprise. Speaking. 1. Imagine you are Gerard. Tell your friend what happened when the intruder broke into your house. Clues. Describe 1. The intruder, his appearance, the way he spoke, his plan, his movements, etc. 2. How you outwitted him. 2. Enact the play in the class. Pay special attention to words given in italics before a dialogue. These words will tell you whether the dialogue has to be said in a happy, sarcastic, or ironic tone, and how the characters move and what they do as they speak. Read these carefully before you enact the play. Writing. First part. Which of the words below describe Gerard and which describe the intruder? Smart, humorous, clever, beautiful, cool, confident, flashy, witty, nonchalant. Write a paragraph each about Gerard and the intruder to show what qualities they have. You can use some of the words given above. Second part. Convert the play into a story of about 150 to 200 words. Your story should be as exciting and as witty as the play. Provide a suitable title to it.
You were just listening to this chapter from Beehive, presented by CIET NCERT, New Delhi, India.